Coming up, Ryan and Matthew. Welcome. How are you finding sleepless nights, nappies,
You're
tantrums?
both going to hate us.
He's an angel.
You're not in the trenches.
I'm not interested.
I'm leaving.
Everyone, we are leaving this.
There were so many misconceptions of adoption. I felt it was going to be impossible to do.
If you
I
are
thought it was gonna
like
be really
single,
hard.
you can't adopt. If you're a gay couple, you can't adopt.
Yeah, I
You
thought
don't.
us being gay, was that
Yeah.
going to be just a nightmare? Because genuinely, when you're coming into it, you have no idea.
Before we start, a massive shout out to our sponsor, Jet2 Holidays, for making family holidays actually achievable without taking out a second mortgage.
Flights, hotels, transfers, 22 kilograms of luggage, 10 kilograms of hand luggage, all bundled into one. It's like someone's finally read parents' minds when it comes to travel.
Louise, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been a week. It's been a week.
I feel like we should put a bit of a thing at the start of this podcast. We are both, I don't know if we're in sync, but we are both extremely hormonal and emotional today. So if we start crying...
It's very likely that I might cry. I mean, I already want to cry just even saying cry.
Do you? And why? What's been going on?
We're just having there's just a bit of trouble with one of my kids at school. Just a bit of friendship stuff going on, and it breaks my heart. It really does. Oh God.
Well, because as a deep breath, Louise, as a parent, you can't intervene when it comes to friendships. And it's like you have all the control, Christmas and being at home and gifts. But the second you drop them off at school, it's like you're almost kind of like mic dropping and you have no involvement with kind of other kids' behaviour towards your kids. So it's really hard, isn't it?
It's really hard. And I kind of would love to know exactly what goes on sometimes at school. And of course we can't, it's only what your kid says. But... there has been an incident that where, the teacher at the school at drop-off, she literally was like, "Are you okay?" And I just went, "No, I'm not."
Oh. Yeah, but that's the thing is, Louise, this is perfectly normal and natural. Like, as we talk about this all the time, don't we? With like the mum load and it's like overwhelming sometimes when you're rushing here, there and everywhere. And then you think, oh my God, when you wake up and think, what day is it? What have I got on today? What have I forgotten?
God, I apologise. Actually, I don't, because this is real life. But yeah, God, it's the first time I've cried on our podcast.
It's okay.
Yay.
Let it out, Louise. Let it out. I feel like it's not just you sat in here with me. It's like everybody that's listening is part of this as well.
I would like to mention that I had my first period in 6 months as well, which does not fucking help. I've been all over the place. But yeah, no, the whole kids party thing. There was a party. We didn't know anything about it. And then the kids talk about it, afterwards.
As in, like, your child wasn't invited to it?
No, she wasn't invited. Fine. That's absolutely fine. I get that completely. You can't invite everybody. But I think there are some children that almost like to rub it in that you haven't been invited, or how great the party was. And then so my daughter came to me and she was like, "Oh, Mummy, you forgot to take me to so-and-so's party."
And I bet you questioned at that point, thinking, did I forget
Completely
to reply to the
questioned it.
WhatsApp?
I did question it. And I look back and we were invited to the parties 2 years prior, but not this year. And fine, that's absolutely fine. But that mum guilt comes in because my daughter then thought that maybe I'd forgotten. And I don't know what's worse, Mummy forgot or you weren't invited.
Yeah.
And my God, listen to my voice. I'm like, okay, breathe.
The whole thing of what we talk about is that load of a parent and how busy we are and juggling everything, and we try and make light of it. But the reality is it is hard, and it's okay to say it's hard. It's okay as a mum to say, do you know what? I'm fucking knackered. Yeah. Like, I'm behind with all my chores. I've got washing piled everywhere. But we all do it, and it is tough.
We do. It is tough. And yeah, we are feeling very hormonal today, aren't we? My God.
Yeah. I mean, you did say the other week you were like, had this really, was it last week?
My God, yeah.
So emotional.
I was, because I am perimenopausal and my periods are completely irregular and I'm on the coil, so I don't know what the hell's going on, to be perfectly honest. And yes, I mentioned to you the other day, I basically had a tantrum. And my husband was like, I've never seen you this angry before. I was angry, then I was crying. I was all over the place.
God, it's awful.
And then you see a bit of blood. You're like, oh, of course. And I just want to say, actually, and again, this is a bit of a win in this whole clusterfuck of a first few weeks of January. And this is a win. And this is what I love about women supporting women and just having a support network around you. I was meant to meet up with a mum friend, and I voice noted her to basically to cancel our plans. We were going to meet up that evening, and I just said, I can't do it. Lot going on.
Yeah.
I basically sounded like this.
Yeah. And so she wanted to give you a hug straight away, I bet. As soon as she heard it, I bet she pretty much wanted to drop everything to come and see you.
She didn't reply. And then an hour later, she was at my front door.
Oh my God, was she?
She was like, I just needed to give you a hug and say, I'm here.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Because it really made you feel like you have got that support around you, and this is my village.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not coming in. I could not ignore that message. Oh. She gave me a massive hug, and she was like, we'll meet up whenever you're ready.
And then I bet your spirits were like...
Well, then I sobbed more.
Yeah, but felt better for it.
The funny thing is, we were like hugging out on the doorstep, and then she left. My husband was like, what's that all about? And I was like, don't worry about it, it's fine.
And then he rang his bell and was like, can I have another cup of tea, Louise?
Pretty much, yeah. Wow, so I've got that out. I feel better just airing it, but it was an
amazing story.
Lovely moment. Any fails that stick out that you'd like to share with us?
We had, before Christmas, we had my sons, both of them had a carol service at the church. So I was like, taking a 2-year-old to a massive church for carols is going to be horrendous, right? So we turned up, and where I sat, there was quite a bit of space between the pews, and there was like 3 or 4 little baby Christmas trees, and I was like, oh, perfect, like a little nativity scene. And different schools in the area had decorated different trees, and they were probably like 3 foot tall, and I was like, Annabelle's gonna love that. So I was like, there you go. I took loads of snacks and toys and games and stuff, and I said, right, Annabelle, you play with the tree. So off she went, and I heard her going, chop, 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 chop. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, chop, 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 chop. And she was scraping this Paw Patrol car on the floor, like on the concrete floor. And some parents were kind of like, you know, that look as if like, I'm trying to listen to one of the carols. Do you want to get your daughter to shut the up? And then I looked around, and Annabelle had a pair of scissors in her hand. She's 2, and she was going, chop, chop, chop. Now, it's taken 2 years to get about 8 strands of hair, and she had these double bunches at the top of her head. I have to bribe her to let me do it. And she had these scissors near, and I was like, oh my God, not the hair. I turned immediately to look to my side. One of the schools had decorated a Christmas tree with scissors, staplers, staple removers that are sharper than the staples, literally any hazardous weapons you can imagine.
I saw
they
it
were
on your
decorated
Instagram
on the
stories.
tree.
I saw the tree and I could not believe it. Who does that?
My heart rate went to 94, Louise.
I mean,
couldn't believe
ridiculous.
it. I was like, what are these kids? Who in a church as well? Like, it's lovely that the schools have decorated it. Couldn't they put some sweets on it or
I mean,
something?
you might as well put knives in there. About a few grenades.
I know. Well, I did look, and I was like, oh shit, what else is in the fucking tree?
Do you have a win of the week? Slightly, I'm sure my win of the week was hormonal. Do you have one that's more yay?
Yeah, I do. So it's different having boys where they always wanted me. So from calling in the night or anything, the boys always wanted me. And then I've had this transition of having a daughter where she absolutely idolises Andy. And it's, oh my God, it is adorable. She's like, Daddy, Daddy. And I'll say things like, oh, let's go into the house. And like bribe her to come into the house from being in the car because she wants to go in the garden and look at everything. I'm like, come on, let's go and see Bradley and Logan. And she's always like, and Daddy. I'm like, of course, really and Daddy as well. But I take it as a win when she shouts for Andy sometimes in the night.
That is a massive win.
I am taking that. But then on a morning, she always wants me. Oh. So I'd say after the 28,000 times she's woken up in the night since we've had her, there's maybe been 3 or 4 times when she shouted for Andy. And I've been a bit like, oh, but it's always been...
I was going to say, are you a bit like, excuse me?
Yeah, I'm like, sorry.
What about me? What do you mean you want him?
What about me? Yeah. But the 3 times she's done it has been the 3 times when I've been exhausted and she shouted for him. And the other night she shouted for him in the night, but then on the morning she shouted for me, like, mummy, mummy, with her arms out. And I was like, yeah, it's just the nicest feeling in the world, isn't it? When your kid shouts for you, but not at 2 a.m. all the time.
No, that is lovely.
So I take, every time she shouts for me in the morning, I take that as a win.
Yeah,
because she wants me.
I like that.
Because she wants Paw Patrol on TV and she wants some milk. That's she
knows.
knows.
She wants some
she knows what
breakfast.
she's doing. You know, people like don't where you sleep.
Yeah.
Like Annabelle's not daft. She's a girl. She knows what she's doing.
Love that.
Nothing beats that just booked feeling, especially when you know you've secured your dream Jet2 holiday early and can spread the cost all the way to summer. Get that just booked feeling now with just a £60 deposit per person. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Package holidays you can trust.
Our next guests are 2 dads who decided to share their lives with the world and in the process became global phenomenons.
And they've just adopted the cutest little boy and they're here to share their journey with us.
Please give a massive welcome to the creators behind Daddies Overnight, the hilarious duo, Ryan and Matthew. Welcome. Hello.
We're like the big
Like the royal wave coming
And the
across
crowd
camera.
goes wild.
I thought, Hannah, you're so far away.
I know, so
I like this intro. It's so weird being called dads.
Is
when,
it?
Yeah, when
Is
you
it?
intro, because normally it's just Matthew and Ryan, comedy couple.
that is so
and now we're like,
true.
oh my God, we're dads.
You're
It's
dads.
so
You're going to go
weird.
to kids groups and they won't know your names.
That's
They'll just
true.
know the name of
Yeah.
your child and you'll be
that's so
referred
true.
to as
That's
that.
so true.
We've got so many people in our phones called so-and-so's mum or so-and-so's dad. That is now your life.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, did you watch Motherland?
I love
Yeah.
Motherland.
Motherland.
Yes. You know when they're like Darcy's mum or
Yeah.
that sort of thing?
Yeah.
That's going to be us
Oh, that's
now.
real. That's
Like
real.
I don't know kids' parents' names.
No, not at
literally.
all.
I don't know any of them. I know the kid, but I'll know how many stitches they had after they gave birth. It's a really
Absolutely.
weird conversation that you have at the school gates. Yeah, you just
and
never
it
know the
gets
names.
too long now. Like it's been like 3 years. And
You
I
can't. You're
can't
committed.
say. I
You're
don't know.
committed.
It's like I know we've been to 10 kids' parties together when we socialised. But sorry, what's your name? Like you
That's
can't do
awful.
it.
It
You
doesn't
can't
come
do
out,
it.
does it? Even like conversations anymore, because you just like, oh, how are you?
Yeah,
Nice to
how
see
are
you
you? Yeah.
again.
Or I get my son to say, what's their name?
Yeah.
And he'll be like, I don't know. It's like, well, try and ask her what her name is. And it's like, what's your name? Because my mummy just asked what your name is. It's like, oh, don't be silly. No, I don't. Of course I know what her name is.
Just
What
put in
is
your
it?
egg.
Yeah, what
That
is
is
it
quite a
again?
good goal. We're so going to steal that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to.
You're going to
Yeah.
have to because you've got this all to come. So let's talk about your dad journey. You're called Daddies Overnight
Yes.
because it happened
Yeah,
overnight.
literally.
It really did.
It's so funny because it's like happens to everyone overnight, but for us it felt like it was an overnight
Like
change.
switch. I mean, you wake up one day without like a kid, and then the next day you literally have a kid.
So go back to the stats. So you've adopted a little boy,
Yes.
but how? Because it wasn't really overnight as such, because it's
Yeah.
been a journey,
long
like a
journey,
process.
yeah.
Excuse me, it's been a
Long
process.
journey.
So tell us from the point of how did you two meet?
We're actually a Tinder success story.
I love it.
Really?
Yes.
Success
I
story.
love
And
that.
also when we first met, we lied and we were like, we just met at, like Starbucks. And
we
we
were
were
so ashamed, but this was
Why?
2015.
Yeah.
years ago. I feel like people there was like taboo, wasn't it? To
Yeah,
meet
it was
on a
like
date
really weird back then, and that was only 10 years ago, whereas it's so
Yeah.
normal now.
But Matthew ghosted me.
Yeah, I actually did. It was
Yeah.
really bad.
You ghosted
yeah,
Ryan.
It's
Months.
weird, isn't it?
3 months.
Yeah.
It
Hold
sounds
on.
awful.
Yeah.
Start. What
Matthew.
It sounds
happened?
awful. Not that I wasn't feeling it, but I just felt like maybe I wasn't ready for anything, you know? You're just like, I don't really know why I'm on the app. And then it got to Halloween, which makes me sound even worse.
Yeah, you sound awful.
But because you are a makeup artist by
trade.
trade, I just randomly reached out. I was like, "Can you do my Halloween makeup tonight?"
And I was just like,
And that's-
absolutely
how
not.
awful is
Is that? Is
Phone
that?
down.
Did you really say
Yeah,
no?
it's like jog on. I used to work in a nightclub and then you were there that night. And then he comes over.
So you
Yeah.
didn't do his makeup.
Absolutely
No,
not.
You
I was
declined
like-
his makeup.
Yeah,
offer.
it wasn't politely either. I was just like jog on, phone down. I
was
was
the
like,
vibe.
what an absolute mug. And then that night I was working in the club. He comes up as a dead fab ice lolly. Like,
I need
Bearing
to
in mi-
see this outfit.
Do we have a
Bearing
it's just a
picture of
black
it?
I
t-shirt.
Vaseline on my face, hundreds of thousands sprinkles. You know, the hundreds of
Yeah, yeah,
thousands.
yeah.
What an amazing.
And then I
Costume.
half of me
Yeah,
was
it
red.
really
I think
wasn't.
it was the most weirdest thing. I don't know where I got some inspo.
And you were
online.
like, I served you and you were eating
This
them
was
off
like
your face.
by this time it was like
With
3 a.m.
Vaseline.
So
Did
we'd
you
gone
know
past.
that? Did you know that Ryan was going to be at the club?
I did. I must have
But
I
you had a
just
few
wish I could
drinks,
talk to the past me and be like, what were you thinking? I had quite a few drinks.
And then you were like, can I stay at yours?
But only so I
Forward?
didn't have to get the train home for nothing
Oh,
else.
don't justify
This is
it.
so
Come
bad.
And again,
on.
I was like, no, jog on. I
Yeah,
was
you
like, ew. Like,
And believe it or not, I slept at the train station that night.
Did you?
Yeah.
he sent
How
me a
does that make you
selfie,
feel?
And I felt great after. I was like, we teach you a lesson.
Yeah,
But
good
it's-
for you.
Yeah.
It's so weird 'cause when we tell the story, I'm like, we were such different people. It's so weird.
And then I feel like that's when I met Matthew. I was like, oh, actually, you're not like a bad guy. You're actually
Yeah.
really like nerdy and funny.
Sleeping rough at the train station,
Yeah.
dressed like a
And then we
fat
actually
ice
went on a
lolly.
proper day.
yeah, and then we did go on a proper
And
date.
it was like, I saw like a whole
Who
different
paid?
side.
Who paid? Did you pay?
Yeah.
obviously.
Obviously.
10 years later, who pays? It was actually a joint bank account, but
So how long have you been together now?
Yeah, 10 years.
years.
Yeah,
10
we actually just had our
years.
10-year
Wow.
anniversary a few weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thanks.
And now you're parents.
I know.
No,
I mean, who would have thought from a Tinder swipe,
it's
Disaster.
a dead fab ice lolly?
Yeah.
I know.
That's literally one of my favourite stories.
That's
We
brilliant.
need to have a picture of that to show
Yeah,
I
we
people
do.
watching on
send that 'cause I
YouTube.
definitely
We
have
do
it
need
somewhere.
It
that.
was horrendous.
It was so
Really?
Yeah,
bad.
you did.
And those
really
fabs will
bad.
come back when your son's older and you have birthday parties in the summer. Those fabs are going to come
Yeah,
out.
when he's eating one, I'm like, this is how I met Daddy.
Exactly.
Oh.
And are you gonna? So tell us about your adoption journey.
Yeah.
When did you decide? You know what? We want to be fathers. How do we do it? How long does it take?
We always said, actually, maybe on our first date, talking about first dates, we spoke about that we both wanted kids.
Yeah.
So like from the get-go, because I feel like, especially in like
Being a gay
community,
couple.
Yeah.
sometimes it's like,
You don't want
you
kids.
don't want kids and you want to just not have kids. It sometimes feels like that. So we're like, do you want kids? Let's not waste our time.
It's like
for,
not
the
like
long run.
now, but just like you need to know. It's
Yeah.
not like one of us get pregnant. It's a conversation. I think a
Yeah.
lot of gay couples have really quite quick just to like, do you want kids one day? Because if you like don't want kids, and like, what's the point?
Because you have to plan for it. It's not like we can
Yeah.
just have a kid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then so
So we went on a holiday and were surrounded by families, and it was really weird because we were like, I think we're ready.
Yeah,
It
it's-
just
or
like
they were all
clicked.
different.
And you both felt that at the same time.
Yeah, and it was the most weirdest thing.
I think I was
it
ready
was so
a lot,
nice.
like before you were ready. But then we were like, oh, how do we do it? So we're like, oh, we need to start planning because it could take years.
And did you think about surrogacy?
Well, that's why we
Yeah.
looked at surrogacy, and this is controversial. Matthew goes into PR mode quite quick.
I'm always like, oh my, because you never know, we might explore it
No,
one day
I just
again.
felt my experience at the time
was bad.
surrogacy was just like a massive scam for us because it felt like very cliquey. It felt like you were joining these Facebook groups, like trying to mingle and network, and then you would potentially find a surrogate, but then it was just very cliquey. Like I would put a Facebook post up, like, oh, we're Matthew and Ryan, love to connect. My post wouldn't get approved, but then Matthew's would. Same caption, but it's like,
And
oh,
it
they
was
like
really
Matthew, they don't like
weird.
me. And it's like, I don't want that.
because you're kind of in this network because you're all looking for surrogates. So it's almost like you're all kind of like sharks looking for
You
the
are,
prey
you
almost
are,
because
really
it's
are.
really hard because you're all so desperate to start a family.
Yeah.
And
there's-
you're looking for a vessel.
And it's strange because, like
Yeah.
you said, you have that moment where you're like, I would like a family. And you almost can't think of anything else. Like when you
It's
think, right, we're
really
going to
weird
try
'cause
for a
it does
baby,
take over your
it
life.
takes over everything. It's like a smog
It
over
really
your head where you just think,
does.
actually, I'm ready now and I want this to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas you've spent years going, oh, I don't know if I want it or I don't want, I'll be very careful with those
Yes.
sorts of things. But actually now, at that point, you were like, I want it. And everybody else in that group would feel the
wants it.
same.
And
How
it
much
was a
does
bit-
it cost to do surrogacy?
It's
I
so-
think it does in the UK, not as much as America. I think America can be
America's
up to
in the, like,
200 grand.
Yeah, it's a lot of money in America.
Because you pay for like, but with
the
America,
medical,
you've also got
stuff.
legal protection. Whereas in the
Ah,
UK,
right.
you have no protection, so that that woman could give birth to your child and decide to keep that baby,
And you don't have
you
the
have
control.
no
I
life.
see. Got it
Right.
right.
So
Yeah,
that really
yeah.
And it's-
scared us.
But we know people that, especially in the UK, that have done it and it's been amazing for them. But for us, we were like, something just, you know, in your gut is like, I don't feel like this is going to work for us right now, which
And
was
then
tough.
actually what you've done is you have your own child through a family that I know you won't be able to speak of the logistics
Yeah.
and things at all
Yeah.
about it, but actually a child that's been born, you have given that child a whole new outlook and perspective on life. My parents foster and they have done for years. Yeah. And some of the stories, it makes me feel emotional all the time, but you just think, they've got a child and taken it into a safe place. And that is just one of the most valuable things that you can ever do, especially
so
a vulnerable
nice.
child. So this is something close to your heart, isn't it, as well?
I think because we were saying I was in the system myself growing up, so I always thought adoption would be the path, but you wanted to explore blood, didn't you?
A little bit, only because there were so many misconceptions of adoption, like in the old 90s movies, and I just kind of felt like it was going to be impossible to do.
If you
I
were
thought it was gonna be really
single, you
hard.
can't adopt. If you're a gay couple, you can't adopt.
Yeah, I
You
thought
don't-
us being gay, was that going
Yeah.
to be just a nightmare? Because genuinely, when you're coming into it, you have no idea.
Like
And
you
was
Google
that an
adoption.
issue?
No,
No.
you Google
Yeah.
adoption. It's like, oh, I don't own my own house, so I can't adopt. And actually, all of that is just like myths. None of it's
Yeah.
true.
So when you get the phone call or the email to say, we have a baby for you, how does that
Oh my
feel?
gosh.
Like, what
Well,
was-
we had that feeling before our little boy, and we were so excited, and it all fell. They chose a different family in the end.
Oh,
it's
no.
so
And that was
tough.
gosh, that's
like-
heartbreaking.
And why was that? Just because that child would be better suited to...
That's what
I
the
think so,
yeah.
because it's all based on, it's like we come second, which I think is right, because the child always comes first.
Yeah.
But I guess they could meet that child's needs more.
But you still have emotions and feelings,
Yeah.
and it's
Because
like
you kind of get in the, I think we might be considered, because you're kind of in the limbo
And are you given
stage.
pictures of the babies?
yeah, you see it
And
all.
Yeah,
You, so you
do.
were
You're
said
really
you could have this
invested.
baby
Yeah.
and then they take it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
And
bit
how long
harsh.
from you finding out you were having this baby, then you were told you weren't? How many?
3 weeks.
Oh, so you had 3 weeks
Yeah.
of
So
pictures.
they
it
tell you
over,
not to get your
really.
hopes up, but you can't.
Of course.
So I'm there like, oh, I can pitch them upstairs.
Yeah.
I can. You just start
It's
pitching
weird. You
life.
go into like crazy mode.
and then when you get
course.
This is it.
rejected, you're also then like, is it me? Am I not a good enough parent? At one point before we got our son, we did have a moment where we're like, I don't think we'll ever get a child.
It sounds like a bit like, I know this is weird and I'm sure there's not even a word for this, but it sounds like adoption miscarriage.
It,
Do you know what I
it's so-
mean?
it really is. That's
like
such a good way of
yeah,
doing
such a
it.
good way
Because
of.
is this a normal process when you adopt it?
Yeah.
So you're like, you could have this baby, actually.
We've chosen family.
No. And then, of course, you're going to question, well, are we ever going to get a baby?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
really
wow.
tough. But I can't, like, the stars aligning for our son
Mm.
was just so weird.
So tell us about that then. So how that came.
It basically, we kind of, there was this database that you can have access to
Yeah.
where you can kind of look the kind of needs that you feel like you can meet, and then children kind of get matched to that.
Yeah.
And we found our son on there.
And we always said, like, we both had to have the feeling.
Yeah.
Like, whatever the feeling was, might have read something and might have seen a photo. There might have been something in the profile about their, like, personality. But we both need to have some sort of feeling for us to be like, let's show interest and submit.
Yeah.
And when we saw our little boy, we both were like, yes.
It's so weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
Just
came
like
on the
one.
screen and we were like, this is so weird.
We didn't even feel like we needed to read much. But, like, it's the first time it's ever happened. We were both just like, he's our son. It was such a weird feeling.
Oh, that is lovely.
Oh, it is.
Really
That's beautiful.
bizarre.
How are you finding sleepless nights, nappies,
You're both
tantrums?
gonna hate
You're
us.
gonna hate-
You're
Don't-
gonna-
don't-
You're gonna
no,
hate
you're gonna
us.
hate-
Don't
you're gonna
say.
hate.
Don't
Go.
say.
He is so easy.
Yeah, right. Can we tell you? Can we tell
Can
you?
we just tell you,
Crying out
like,
loud.
sleep and schedule?
Right, start from the nap.
Right, so he wakes up about 8 to 9 a.m.
Stop it.
and then he
piss
goes
off.
down at 12:30 to 1 p.m.
For
until
a nap.
for
Yeah.
a nap.
till
and
about
that
4 p.m.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't it
Yeah.
disgustingly
And then he
good?
goes back down at like 7 to
7.
half 7.
7, half 7 till
And he
about
sleeps through the night.
through the night.
Oh,
Does he ever
Get
wake
out.
up?
Okay.
We've had a
Occasionally-
few nights, but we've literally just been
TV.
Yeah, we've just sort of like touched
He's an
his cheek.
angel.
Right, if you
not in the
I need to-
trenches
you're not in the fucking
It's
trenches.
bad.
Give me this shit. I'm not interested.
I'm
Right,
leaving.
everyone, we are leaving this podcast.
And that's the thing. Everyone online's going to think we're such balls.
Yes,
we're
we do.
Yes,
We
you are.
get it so easy.
But I must admit, like the foster carer, we really thought we were being
Yeah.
sold a lie, because she was
Yeah.
like, "He's an amazing sleeper. I've got him in this amazing routine."
And I was like, I bet he is. I bet he
and
is.
that's all they kept saying was he was this amazing sleeper, because that's what every parent
But they
worries
didn't want to
about
hand
it.
him over.
That's like the
did
worst
they?
part of parenting. It's like
Yeah.
the sleep
You
deprivation.
do need sleep, don't you?
Just a bit.
Yeah, just a little. On a weekend. Do you want some of ours?
Oh my
It's
gosh.
nuts. Like,
So has he ever woken in the night?
Oh yeah, there has been like.
And who gets up?
We
Who
do
is-
take it.
wow,
in
actually,
turns.
Do you?
everyone thought it was just going to be me, including me. And it's hard because Ryan's deaf in one ear.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I do play that card.
Oh,
He
I was going to
sleeps through
say, you
everything.
play
I
that
play that
card.
card.
But it sounds like you don't need to play that card.
But sometimes
really,
I do, and I'm still snoring. And you're like, he's literally crying.
Yeah, because we always try and leave him for like 5. The foster carers like leave him for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
And that's like
Especially if
the
it's like
rule.
broken, like it's not constant.
Like you say, you just know.
You
don't
know.
within
the
a minute
difference
if it's like
between
a real
cough cry, you know, like the fake, and then the real.
I've lost my dummy.
Yeah.
And what about like nappies, any massive poo explosions
Oh
in
my
public where you're like, I
gosh.
don't know what to do with this?
because you're
So-
both so well pruned and you look so glam
Wow.
and clean.
Well, he's never had like. Well, the worst one was like when we first got him. When we first got him, we stayed really locally to the foster carer, and it's like transition stage. So in that week or that period, you spend like the morning with him, then the afternoon, and you spend all day.
And then the care starts getting more and more. So you're like getting used to, and he's getting used to you.
So we were in like a little hotel. Obviously, your setups, not your setups. And
Like, we didn't
nappies
have
just
nappy
there.
stations.
Wipes are like, you ain't got wipes.
And when we changed him when he was in foster care, he only did wheeze. So every time we'd open the nappy, we'd like look at each other and we're like, thank God.
we're like,
The foster carer was really she was amazing. She was really hands off, but regardless of that, you still feel like, oh, I'm being watched.
Yeah.
And so when
Yeah.
we would like peel back the nappy, we'd always be like, thank God there's no poo in there. But then when we had him just us, obviously the smell is the first thing you're like, right, this is our first poo we've ever done.
And it was in the hotel, and we didn't have like a changing mat, so we just put him on like the white bed, and he was like, I'm gonna wiggle around. So poo goes on his legs, arms, on us, on the white sheets.
But you've just never
this is
seen
your first
so
nappy
much.
change?
First
First
nappy
nappy
change.
All
like
hands on
completely on our
deck.
own. And you've just never seen, you've just never seen it in your life, what it was like.
And but then
It
there was like,
just-
where's the wipes? And I'm like holding him down with poo on my hands. Matthew's running to the lounge to get the wipes.
Oh
Can't
my God,
find
it
the
was so
wipes.
bad.
He's now smeared in poo, and I'm just like,
Welcome to
we
Parenthood.
can't clean this. Turn the shower on. He needs like a full on.
Sometimes that is the answer.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
like
the
turn
only
the
answer.
shower
Put them in the
on.
bath.
Yeah.
We all see, how do you work the shower? I've not used the shower yet. So we're like
it's
turning all
just-
these stupid knobs on, like trying to turn the shower on, not hot, not cold.
Yeah.
Sprays everywhere. His poo just goes flying all
over us.
On
Because
the
you know when it like
wall.
will splash off his skin onto us all over the walls. By this point, he's like
He's
not loving life.
No, he's not very happy,
Yeah.
little boy, and we're not very happy. And then the wipes are still non-existent, really. So we're just having to use tissue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the tissue going? Where's the wipes going? Just put it in the toilet.
Because there was so much. You know when you go in real like first parenting panic.
How do babies poo so much?
Oh, it's
How
insane.
they
Just
poo
little
so
things,
much. It's
and there's just
unbelievable.
So that goes up to their
Constant.
shoulders and then it
Yeah.
stains. The baby poo stains.
Like the
it's like
orange and
yellow
the-
mustard.
yeah.
And,
It's disgusting.
and then I just got visions of you both going back to the foster carer, both of you covered in
Well,
We
And
pretty
like-
much were.
but we
How was
actually
it? We've had a great afternoon.
the shake. We actually then blocked the toilet.
Because there was just so
Oh,
much
no.
paper.
So
it
he
was
went down
so
for the
bad.
nap, and we
course
blocked the
he did.
toilet. We just shut the bathroom door and we just left it.
Yeah, we were
But
like,
you were in
"This
a
is not our
hotel."
problem."
We were in a
Yeah,
hotel.
like,
I mean,
this is not
great.
our
Just
problem.
someone else can deal
And
with
then we
that.
just went on the
Fine.
balcony and had a cup of tea. Like, we did it.
Oh,
Like,
no.
and then we
A win.
laughed.
Yeah,
and it was funny.
It was nice actually because you know, like I feel it's a make or break moment when you're that high intense
Yeah.
with your
Yeah.
partner. But we were just so
Thrown in the trenches.
And have you had
really.
any bickers? Because I know that, you know, it's
Yeah.
different with a relationship pre-children
Oh, yeah,
too.
for sure.
And it's not even interesting things that you might disagree on. Like before you think, if my partner cheated on me, if he did this, if he did that, I would be so angry. But it's like, I get so angry if my husband doesn't put the bins out. Or
It's
if he
so
doesn't
weird,
pick
isn't
up
it?
a bit of laundry on the stairs. It's like, well, who's going to move that? And you think,
Yeah.
this is not a big deal, but it's so heightened because there's children and, well, I was going to say sleep deprivation, but the way you
Can't
say
relate.
it.
Don't have that. What
relate.
yeah, so what are you guys arguing about now that you didn't
Yeah.
argue about
What
before?
are we arguing about
I feel
now?
like it's. I know it sounds really bad, but I feel like we haven't had that many squabbles about anything yet. Do you feel like more about? I suppose
I feel like it's more about life, like the laundry.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the like the
The
piles of clean
mundane
washing.
things.
I'm like, who's doing that then?
I feel like the only thing I know we're getting lots of sleep, but
You're getting f***ing loads of sleep, right?
but I feel like, you know, when you're
Lots of sleep.
like, you're not even when he's got his 12 till 4 nap, we're not we're not switching off. It's really weird, isn't it? Because
We're working.
we're
course,
still like
yeah.
keeping things going, and you know, like especially with what we all do,
Yeah.
it's not like proper maternity leave.
It's really hard to switch. So like you're juggling, you take your parent hat off, and then you put your job hat on.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you just like bicker because you just work. And then
There's
you've got
no
a parent,
downtime.
Yeah. Welcome to the juggle,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
It's no one talks,
But
I feel like
it's
no one
nice
talks
because
about
I feel like when
it.
we meet other
We do.
people, I feel like it's just nice that other people feel the same, because you know you get in this like tunnel vision, you think, God, I'm the only one going through this, but you're really not.
No.
And nobody talks about the tough bits. Everyone just
It's
talks
so
about
tough.
the amazing
The
bits. Like, oh, you know,
amazing.
like you know, you've said about sleeping and stuff, but
Yeah.
actually, when you're like, oh yeah, and then there was like everywhere, we blocked the
Yeah.
toilet, and then this, you wouldn't readily give that story to somebody you
Yeah.
first met, whereas it would all just appear that it's fantastic and easy.
Yeah, I think I'm quite passive aggressive sometimes, especially when like our little one, like Matthew's like really fun. I'm the one that's wiping his nose. I'm the one that's doing all the like the boring stuff, like eat your broccoli, and Matthew's like, let's play, let's put like
Yeah, I am
Teletubbies
more of the
on.
fun.
So he'll go to Matthew a lot more. So I'm like, great, you're the favourite parent. I think that's the only thing. I don't know if you ever found that.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh God,
Does it
absolutely. That's
change?
All the
completely
time.
normal.
Like throughout?
Yes, it really does. Like,
I always thought I would be like fan favourite.
that-
Yeah, but
No.
when he's
Completely normal.
hungry, he's going to know you're going to give him
No, he
food
doesn't know.
and stuff,
Matt's
but he
still feeding him
will.
chocolate.
He will. All right, you're giving the
Matthew.
treats.
So it sounds like you're the issue.
I am kind of the issue, but then
It's
Yeah,
like, whenever we
just-
don't argue, I'm there like,
I'm just the fun parent. For
No,
now.
you'll find that your son will have preferences, and it will
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
from you to you, and yeah. So you just have to roll with it.
what, yeah.
You just need to roll with it.
Are you fun parent at the moment?
Am I? I think I am the favourite right now, because well, I guess my husband's been on crutches for the last few months, so he can't really do much.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm doing everything.
Oh, you would be my favourite
So I am the
parent.
favourite right now,
Yeah.
because I can actually feed them
Yeah.
and take them to places.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure when my husband is normal, he's the one that's like, doing really
Doing
loads of
stuff,
fun
yeah.
things with them, and so yeah. So I'm quite liking the fact that I'm the favourite right now.
What about you?
Well, I'm very much on a morning. It's like everybody's late. I set everything out the night before,
Right.
organise
Oh,
all the
you're so
book bags,
organised.
school
You're a
bags,
type A
uniform.
parent.
It's,
Hannah's so
I'm so
organised.
weird.
Oh,
I'm so weird. But give
We will
me
never be
emails
like
to
that.
answer, and I'm. But in terms of getting the kids ready for school, I have those shoe pull-out things where you can put all your shoes into on a coat hanger. I put like their clothes in there for the week. Then it's done on a Sunday. Just iron everything, get it done.
What? I mean,
but
this
That's
they're
is
on a
so
morning.
insane.
On a morning, one of them will be kicking off about a problem, and everyone's like, all of a sudden it's calm. Then it's like, get your shoes on. And I'm one of those that would just put music on and get us to just dance in the hallway and like have
I
a
did
minute.
do that. There's a
And
lot of
just
dancing in my
just
house, yeah.
chill. Like there's, if you're late for school, it doesn't matter.
doesn't
Like
matter.
if they shut the gate for the school,
We're
you just
getting
ring
in
the bell.
somehow.
You are going to get in. Like
Yeah.
No, see,
everything's
I'm not
fine.
like that. I get
but
the
it's
panic.
I feel like I would be panicking.
I
I
get
was just
panic
like,
like-
let's not go to school.
yeah, it's just have a day off. And then you think, actually, no, because then I have to parent all day. Let's all go to school.
yeah,
Turn the music on.
yeah.
Oh, I bet that's so nice. Actually, you can be like, right, have a good day, 9 till 3. Bye.
Kiss, kiss.
Yeah,
ta-ta.
bye-bye.
Yeah, ta-ta.
Do you think you'll be the kind of dads that will get involved in PTA or the school WhatsApp chat? So you-
100%.
Well, you've
Love
got
it.
right. I know we've mentioned Motherland because we genuinely
Oh,
are
it's
so
so
obsessed
good, and
with.
it's so true.
It's so
A lot
like
of
all of
our
our
friends
friends
yeah,
said
it's
so
spot
true.
on.
And Amanda Land is like equally as good.
Brilliant,
and
yeah.
you feel like you're just gonna have Motherland vibes.
Yeah. I want to be like in the WhatsApp groups. Like we go to a few like play groups now, and I'm already like, hi girl,
He's
hi
desperate
girl.
for coffee
Yeah.
mornings
Like,
with the
yeah.
mums.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. I bet
want
they all love you
And
as
then
well.
you're now kind of sliding in.
I'm
just
sliding
like, back
in
off.
a bit, but still like keeping my arms
Like, this is
And
my thing.
Do you try and get like the goss about everybody?
I get
It's
the
weird,
goss.
isn't it?
Do
There's like
you?
parenting
So
goss,
good.
and we're like
There's
coming
always
in.
parenting goss.
It's
Yeah.
really
But isn't some of it just so like a bit pathetic, isn't
Oh
it?
God! I mean,
It's
there
not
is
deep.
there is so much to say on this. There's like even the whole parenting WhatsApp chats. There's so much to say, and there's so much
Yeah.
shit that goes on in there.
Yeah,
Bitchiness.
yeah.
Like it can get quite a toxic.
Oh, I do
place.
love
Yeah.
that though. I do love. I'm just like, where's the popcorn?
What kind of support have you had from your own families?
Well, my family don't really care.
It's really
so
tough,
like
isn't
my
it?
family, I thought it maybe changed perspective. You know, maybe people in your life you kind of think they're going to show up more when you have a child,
Yeah.
and it's the opposite. They don't actually show up. So my family
tough.
just haven't really showed any interest.
Have they met him and they,
No, they've just not showed any interest.
Right.
I had to like say his name to them, like, oh, by the way, his name is.
I'm sorry, that sucks.
That does
That's
suck.
really
But
But then
tough.
we've opened up about it online, haven't we? 'Cause other people have experienced the same thing. It's like nice to know that, oh, actually, people I'm not on my own type of thing. But your family have like stepped up
It's insane.
tenfold.
Which I think is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice.
It's nice
So
to like
nice. Your whole mum, your
just have
dad.
the support there. Like, for example, even like coming here today, we've like my mum and my dad are so obsessed with being grandparents.
Oh my
And
God.
they're
Is it their
so
first?
good.
Yeah, it's their first. He's so spoiled.
Your mum
And-
had always wanted to be like a nanny. Like she's always wanted it for years.
And childcare is hard, isn't it? Because you have
It
the guilt
is.
of leaving them.
and expensive.
Who do you leave them with?
Yes.
And
Gotta
then the
trust
guilt of
them.
actually just
The
not
guilt,
being with them.
the
because
expense,
guilt's real.
all of it, yeah.
But because him bonding with them is equally as important as bonding with us. But it's really hard because I don't know if you guys found this, but when we get him back, it's like we then have to work to get to his favourite again because they spoil him so much.
He's
that
like,
you're
where's the biscuits on tap? Like,
Yeah.
he just wants food.
There's
like
no
this.
broccoli in sight with
No.
grandparents.
And we're
or-
like back
No.
to the oranges and bananas
Yeah.
and all of the...
It's like
Yeah, your
chocolate
broccoli.
orange. Chocolate
Yeah, chocolate
orange.
orange.
Yeah. So is there any like values or anything that you really want to instill in your son?
I think I want him just to like grow up happy. And like, I think as a parent, do what we can do to just make him happy and safe, I would say is a big thing. But I think we're very blessed with our lives and we're always like grateful for the opportunities we have.
Yeah.
And I want him just to like, just spoil him and give him like that life I think he deserves.
And what about your childhood? Would you want to instill?
I want him to have everything different. So I think my childhood, I think I know what I didn't have the best childhood, so I know what not to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I've used like my trauma. It's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be the dad or
Break the
parent.
chain
Yeah,
kind
I
of
want to
thing.
make
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and I think with yours, like being more, I would say more open with
yeah,
emotion.
more open and just lots of like I love yous and
Yes,
just like smothering
absolutely.
him with that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Cuddles.
Like, it's okay
I
to
love
cry,
you.
it's okay to say I'm
Absolutely.
sad.
Share your
Absolutely.
emotions and just be honest. I just want like a really honest household.
Yeah.
You know, like so he can just talk to us about things.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
feel
also-
like he can.
I feel like he can. But we're also very much in the. I want him to almost have a 90s childhood with like the Noddies and like
What's he
Rosie
watching now?
and
Oh,
Jim.
what's he watching now? Rosie
Oh my
and
God,
Jim.
Rosie and Jim.
We're obsessed with
Rosie
Rosie
and
and Jim.
Jim.
So old school.
Oh.
What's your thoughts on screen time? Because people at the start of the parenting journey have very different views. To give it 6 more months, and you're
Well,
like,
we're
get
tablet
the
on the
iPad.
plane.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, take
We're
a
not
tablet on
that
the plane.
naive.
But I feel like
Absolutely.
we're going to give it to him because we heard if you get on the plane and give it to them, they're not interested. Whereas if you ease it in,
Yeah.
because he's never
And know
been
how
on a
to
screen.
Ease it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, ease it in. When you feel like you're going to need something, then ease it in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then maybe
He
try
has
and ease
screen time.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just like, I suppose like a normal amount.
Yeah.
If I need to do the dishes or I need to do something, why would I make my life hard?
But you know, before
Yeah.
you have kids, you kind of think when you go to a restaurant, God, isn't that a shame? They're all just looking at their screens. But now that I've got a kid, I'm like, probably because the parents need some time.
Yeah.
to
Like
eat.
it's
And
really...
also the other people around you. Like
Yeah.
they've gone out for dinner. They don't want to be interrupted.
It's so true.
by-
Everyone has such, again, it's like comedy. It's so subjective. Everyone has such different opinions, don't
Yeah.
they?
You know, my biggest thing is that I feel like I've learned, you know, like when you see kids before you have kids and they're always really like snotty and you're always like, oh, are they not wiping the nose? Now we've got a kid, I know that you can't wipe the nose.
You try,
You try.
and wipe their nose, especially if they've got a dummy in their
Oh,
mouth.
that just
and
connects,
it's like
doesn't
connects
it?
and crusted. And it's like, A, you're not going to get the dummy out, and B, you ain't getting to that snot
Yeah, and then it
unless
ends up
you
on
like
your
headlock
arm.
them
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
get the wet wipe. I mean, if somebody came up to me and was like, I'm just going to use a wet wipe and I'm going to
Yeah.
try and scrape
Yeah.
off
And then
the
it will
crust. I'd be
start
like,
going all watery.
You're not.
I get snotty noses
Yeah.
now.
Just,
I'm like,
I just get your kids to try and do it themselves. Make it like a task, and
fun
well done,
thing.
you've done it. Here's a
Yes.
reward. Have I don't know.
my daughter's like, no,
Something, a
no.
banana.
And they're like, come here,
you have to react pin them down.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, ooh.
And then you always have like a couple of crusty bogies like
you go
stuck around
back.
and then you're like, oh no, it actually looks worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you
Doesn't
play
it?
that game, don't you? Like, do I go back or am I
Yeah.
just like going to
Do I go for round 2 and
But
just
he's
stress
always like
everything?
crying after, like, 'cause he always cries at the end of a meal because he just loves eating so much.
Yeah, he
doesn't
does.
Okay, so your baby sleeps really well, and
Honestly,
your baby
I can't
eats
believe you
really
just said
well.
that. Me and Louise
Can
just
you
looked at
just
each other like-
leave because
I'm
it sounds
like-
like you guys have
So he
absolutely
eats everything.
nailed it.
He really does.
He eats
yeah.
everything and sleeps.
Apart from pasta.
So what have you learnt about each other since you've become dads?
I feel like we've learned that we're such a good team because I feel like because we do everything together, but we are though, Ryan.
think that's
So Ryan just rolled his eyes for
How
anyone
do
that's
you-
listening.
Oh no, okay, I'll give you. Go on, I'll let you
How do not
finish.
think- after everything we've been through to get through to having this boy, I feel like, come on.
Okay, yeah,
It's
I take
so-
my eye roll back.
It's
You are
so,
right.
I'm like, put your
Yeah,
eyes back.
yeah.
It's so testing. I'm not even joking.
I think we've actually realised like what a good. You're so right. What a good team.
It feels bad now. He'll
Yeah, I
leave
do
like,
feel
I shouldn't
bad.
have
Really,
rolled my
I
eyes.
think to go through what we went through
Yeah.
and just to like have him and learn to parent so intensely.
But I feel like I've learned that I'm more chilled.
I just need to get calmer.
And is that because you're heightened in the situation?
I think
you're
maybe
so
it's the
passionate
control.
about.
I forget that he can't communicate, and I think I thought parenting was going to come really easy to me. I think I've actually quite struggled with understand that he can't understand because he's just a baby.
Yeah.
And like when you talk to an adult, it's like, why can't you understand? I think I need to get better at that.
Yeah.
But-
it's hard when they can't talk, isn't it?
When they can't
Yeah.
talk,
Hard.
it's a guessing game.
And
I was like,
everyone in the
cowpole,
room's going,
cowpole.
what?
Well,
This,
exactly.
this?
Yeah, when they're ill,
Yeah.
they can't tell you what they're feeling.
100%.
And when like now, when your kids are older, when they can talk, they say, "Mummy, my tummy hurts. Or I've got a
Yes.
headache.
I bet
or
that's
I'm
actually
hungry."
so nice. You can be like,
It's so
brilliant.
nice.
You know
Like,
what to
thank
do.
you. I know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And also when babies are babies, they don't know that when you're trying to give them Calpol that it's beneficial for them.
Yeah.
But so many kids are like, oh, they don't open their mouths.
Can I
Or
say
And then
one
comes
thing?
the
God,
antibiotic.
you're gonna,
He
oh,
actually loves Calpol. He just sits on the floor and like,
Right, I think it's time for you guys to leave.
Okay.
I'm not even
Get
joking. He literally
out.
sits there. He's like gagging for it.
Well, yeah, you're going to say, and he loves the taste of antibiotic.
We
as well.
haven't given it yet, but we saw someone at nurse, not the
It's like
play group we go
chocolate to him.
to. She was trying to give her kids antibiotics, and it was just constant.
And then,
It's one of the most
and then
traumatizing
he
things
was
I've done in my
going
life.
there ready, like to take it. I'm like, oh no,
Is
no,
it
that's
in the
not
same
yours.
thing as the-
He sat on the floor like, come on then.
He's literally
You do
like
sound extremely
acid.
blessed.
We are very blessed.
That's why if we have another
I was going to
one-
say, do you think you'll have another one?
We'll have a demon.
Yeah, we know
if we
it'll
have
be
Well,
another
there is
one.
some
Absolute.
science behind this. I read somewhere
Yeah.
that with siblings, they have to be different from each other to find their own self or something. That's not right, but there is something behind
Yeah.
that. So if you have an easy one, your next one might be horrendous. That's just...
You're learning
Don't
to,
come
like-
for me for that, people. That's
like
just
false
something I
sense
read
with you.
somewhere.
If you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
invite us back when we've had a second
I was going to
one,
say,
we might do.
we'll be
I
like, we've
kind of
not
They don't
slept.
fucking sleep. They don't
They
eat.
just scream.
We haven't
every
slept.
day.
I hate him.
I feel like
like-
everything will get clipped from this episode. It'll be like a complete different.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
We'll just have a
Okay.
montage of everything you said
Yeah.
today. And then you'll both be sat there with like eye bags down here like,
Dying.
help me.
And for all our listeners, you can find these guys anywhere on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Just search for Daddies Overnight for more of their parenting journey.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you.
much.
If you've enjoyed this conversation, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode.